What is going on, guys? It's the hot one in Florida today, and I just ordered pretty much everything for this new engine. I'm going to pick up a 6-liter today from a guy in Gainesville. I'm gonna bring you guys along. We're gonna check it out. Just a short block. It's a little bit overpriced if you ask me, but supposedly it looks really good. So I just ordered some GM LS3 performance heads with Brian Tooley valve train, Brian Tooley cam, and new lifters, new push rods, new head gaskets, new rockers. And I saw somebody actually make a comment about my oil system, like oil cooler and stuff, and believe me, all that is going in the trash, and I'm redoing it just to be safe, because if any metal got in there, it could cause failure later on. We're gonna pull my oil pump off of the old engine and like kind of check that out and see if it looks good. If nothing chipped up the gears, then I'm gonna try and clean it and reuse it. If not, I'll buy another one. All right, made it. Here's our new short block. She's definitely weathered. But I'm home now, engine's out of the truck. Got some cleanup to do on this thing. It looks pretty good. I feel like the shittier the junkyard LS looks, the better they run. That's kind of how these things work.
Princess, hello.
Princess. Hi, mamas. So, a few things I gotta do is check inside this intake manifold. Injectors were covered in oil, so I got those out. We're gonna pull this lid off right here and see if there's any metal in there. All right, I think we got lucky. There's not even any damage to the top of the lid, you can see in there. Again, I'll show you guys. Oh, there's some metal residue up by the throttle body, which you guys can't really see, but let's see what else we got here. So looking inside the runners, they look okay. I'm gonna toss this oil cooler, redo my oil lines with some dash 10. These are dash 8s. That's pretty much it. But yeah, going over this engine, looks pretty good. If anybody wants to, like, I don't know what kind of power this engine's gonna make. I don't know the performance of it, but it's gonna be pretty affordable and it should make pretty good power, probably close to what the LS2 was making, which is crazy because this is way cheaper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a screenshot on the screen right here. And those are the parts that I ordered to finish the assembly of this engine. So you could probably, I mean, if you wanted to like copy this engine build after seeing the numbers and the performance, you can go back and look at this video. The engine was 800 bucks. The guy knocked down the price a little bit, which is really cool of him. So 800 bucks for the engine, and I think all of the accessory, like all of the cylinder heads, the valve train, the cam, head gaskets, push rods, and lifters were like, I got a little bit of a deal, but you know, probably around $3 grand. So you're looking at an engine that costs about $4,000 to make close to 500 horsepower. Fingers crossed. A lot of you guys swear by the junkyard motors and tell me all the time. Lots of people telling me I should just get a 5.3 and turbo it. I don't like the way turboed V8 sound, so that's something that you'll never see on my channel. Sorry, it'll never happen, ever, 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 ever. I think they sound like shit. They're quiet, they're muffled. Turbos, for a good turbo, it's expensive, and I'm not gonna buy a shitty turbo. It's just not gonna happen. And then everything else that goes in between it, turbo manifolds, all that shit, redoing pretty much everything in my engine bay, it would cost a lot of money. So that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do that. But we are gonna get this junkyard motor together and in this car. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is pop off these oil lines. We're gonna get these out of here. We don't want to accidentally grenade another engine.
Carlos may have some kids out there that we don't know about, babe. He has this little secret tunnel by the fence. Your little DNA test.
There's one.
One.
Alright, oil line number 2. And then we've got...
Princess really gets most of her protein this time of year. She likes to eat bees and moths.
Feed these lines through.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we just need a little 10 mil here.
Pin. Oh, you want to give your dad a little kiss?
Pin.
Pinner.
Have a little kiss.
Of course.
Hit me, I think.
It's okay, she's a little bit mad. Oh, she smells other dogs on you.
It is better to be safe than sorry with this shit because I have no idea what is in here and what could potentially cause the new engine to be destroyed. Yeah, it's hard to see.
It's looking a little teal. Is that normal?
Yeah, the oil that I use is green.
Ooh. Where are you going? Oh. Yeah, okay.
So this list of things to do before I went drifting has now quadrupled. So picking up where we left off yesterday, oil lines, oil relocation block and fittings are all out. We're gonna bump that up to a -10. I just made the order to Holly for some of that stuff. Got all the loom off the wiring in here so we can do that a little bit different. I've got to take the P-clips off of the alternator wire there, reroute the high pressure power steering line, redo the brake line on that side, and then over here I had this cover off. You guys saw that it all looked nice and clean, so I resealed it, put the cover back on, tightened everything down, went through and checked all the injectors, cleaned them, and then now I guess I could throw those back on there with the fuel rails. Clean the fuel rails also, cleaned them out, make sure there was no gunk in there, anything that could potentially cause one of these injectors to lean out a cylinder. Definitely don't want that. I ordered some new gaskets for the intake manifold just to be safe. New gaskets for pretty much everything. Now that that's back together, we'll just wait for the engine to be together and it's ready to have some fuel lines hooked up to it and some wiring hooked up to those injectors and go drifting. Can't wait. Speaking of drifting, who's excited about FD Long Beach, which I was supposed to be at, but I'm not there. Wanted to be there to support all my friends. Lots of great drivers, lots of new cars. Probably some of my favorites, Matt Field and his new Corvette C6. Really excited about that. Obviously, my man Denofa, he's gonna fucking kill it, can't wait. Pat Gooden's not out there this year, sad day, I know. But yeah, lots of good drivers, and I think it's gonna be really exciting. I think that FD is slowly kind of like becoming less lame. Depends on how you look at it. If you like super low horsepower, like cars that barely work, and like team drift shit, then you probably don't like FD and probably don't like where it's going. But if you like well-engineered race cars, FD is getting very, very cool. Got the paint all wiped off. This sander is not ideal for body work, but it does work. I used it for my car. And look at how fucking ballin' that paint turned out. So it's gonna be okay. We're gonna sand this down. Gonna get all this off. We're gonna get down to that hood rich blue flame right there. Probably just do the roof and front, roof and hood tonight, because I still got more to do on the S14. Put a nice little dent in the sanding. It's definitely not there yet. Most of this fiberglass stuff I'm gonna do by hand. I'm doing my best to make this thing look good for you guys, or for one of you guys, the winner, of course. Also, I just want to say good luck to all of you. I dumped so many envelopes off at the office. I mean, at the post office today. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted it on my story. Go check it out. There's a huge amount of envelopes I put out. So, big thanks to every single one of you that have participated so far, and the ones that maybe are waiting for this thing to look pretty before you enter. It's about to go down. One step closer, you know what I mean? That car, it's one step forward, 2 steps back always. This car, it's 2 steps forward always. So, it is what it is. But isn't that a beautiful sight right there? Look at that. Oh, man. That makes me happy right there, just to let you guys know. What I'm really excited about, to be honest with you guys, like, yeah, the new parts, the new engine, all that for the S14 is really cool, and I'm very, trust me, very excited about it, because I want to be driving as much as possible before this US Drift shootout. But what I'm excited about is the seat rails for the red NRG seats that are supposed to be here tomorrow. Don't know if that's actually going to happen, because I feel like I have the worst luck when it comes to tracking numbers and expected arrival times. It just never works out. So yeah, I ordered some Sparko shoes. Got to have some SFI approved shoes for competing in US Drift. Got those. Got my race suit. Got my Hans device. Got my arm restraints. Got my helmet. Got my gloves. Things are going to be okay. They're going to be all right, guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully in tomorrow's video, we're going to finish the sanding on the S13, and we're going to be installing these red NRG seats. See you then. Peace.